a gentleman going around taking pictures, Mr. McKinnon from KPS. And at the end of October, they will be featuring the Opera House on Northwest Profiles. So we're really excited about this and the exposure that it'll give us. But in the meantime, I'm going to turn this over to Stephen, and he will tell you some of the things that we've done in the building this last year, since a lot of you were here last year. Stephen?
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us. This should be a wonderful evening of culture, music, and fun. I'm going to draw your attention to a few things that we've done in the building since last year to know if you have donated to some of the other causes that we have, the general fund here at the Opera House, to see kind of where your money is going and where our effort is going. As we start looking around the room, we can see that this whole wall here was lath and plaster. Some of you may remember that last year it was rather cracked and the paint was chipping off of it. That has all been removed and it has been sheetrocked and the lights are all back on. The wainscoting all around the room has been oiled, which really brought out a beautiful color in it that we suspected was there, but we were very happy to see. Around the doorways, around the ticket window in there, well, I guess that's not technically the ticket window, but the room into the ticket room. The people who are experts on this can correct me. The wood around that, the trim has been fully redone, sanded, oiled, fully stained and everything, and as well as those doors. What you don't see there is that the doors, hopefully by next year or maybe even within performance coming by the end of the year, there will be doors hanging on that doorway instead of curtains for the first time. Those have been beautifully restored and they're a sight to see just in and of themselves. Also, as we start to move back towards the front here, and again, the wainscoting on that side, if you'll note, was very, very faded last year, so that's perhaps where the oiling is most evident. A big change is our light strip, which came up just recently. We had a grant for that, and have those installed. There's a light board at the back. We can put gels on those, we can turn them on and off, and do all sorts of sequences with the light that we can pre-program and have playback, so that's a wonderful addition. And then another feature that'll be coming soon, that the groundwork has been laid but it's just not there yet, is that we have some beautiful curtains from Lewis and Clark High School. They were getting rid of them, and we were able to get those for free, beautiful green curtains that will be up next time, so you'll be able to see a curtain drawback next time. And I believe it's official that Eastern Washington University has given us some background curtains, really high quality curtains for $25 for all of them. So we are very, very blessed to have their participation. Also one of, what was his name, the guy who did the lights? Michael Wilson was very generous to help us with our light setup here and everything with some advice. So anyways, we've gotten wonderful participation from the local area, and we're really moving forward. There's a lot of momentum right now. Yeah. So there's a few things before we get started that I want to call your attention to in the program. So if you would all take a look. Hopefully everyone has one. We wanted to go towards having a little bit less so people could share than having too much. So anyways, look on a neighbors if you need to. The first thing you might note is that there are 6 pictures on the front of the program. And that might be a little bit of a quandary because Dr. Graves is on the flyers that we put everywhere throughout the community. And she was here with us last year. Unfortunately, 2 weeks ago we got a phone call that she was going into the hospital and she had to step aside for some health concerns. She is okay and she will recover, but it was a rather serious bout that she'll be recovering from here. So she had to step aside. However, give a lot of credit to these 3 performers that were able to step in her place. I believe this will be the first time in a very long time that this Opera House has had a string performance, and let me tell you, this performance is going to be a wonderful trio by the Bella Noctis Trio. It will be a wonderful thing. And also Riley Gray, who will be performing some of the duets with Becky, and maybe something afterwards, we'll see. The other thing that I want to call your attention to, if you turn towards the back, some of you might be thinking, oh great, this is the ad pitch time. No, No, it's not the ad pitch time. These are much more than just ads. The people who donated to be represented in the back did not do so just to get your business. I'm sure they want to have a wonderful business relationship with you, but they did so because they are making a statement. These are not ads, they are statements. They're statements to say that we believe in the future of Harrington, we believe in the future of the arts, we believe in the future of the Opera House. And these people were wonderful in supporting us last year. I'm very pleased to announce that we got every single one of our sponsors back this year, all 11 of them, and we doubled it. So we have 22 sponsors in here. Please look through this and please mention to them a thank you. You know, just look through and pledge to yourself. You're going to say thank you to one of these people. If you enjoy our program tonight, that's one way you can thank them, to let them know, give them some feedback to say that we appreciate what you're doing in the community. We appreciate how you support the arts in the future in this community. So, with that,
we're asking that you turn your phones off and no flash. That does disturb the musicians, okay? Thanks.
very good point. Thank you. So, with that, I will introduce my wonderful wife, Rebecca Hardy. Oh, I can do it without.
I didn't think you would need one.
That's okay. You can leave it on. So this next piece is written by Franz Schubert in the early 1800s. And it's about a boy who is stuck in a very odd place. He's without email or MacBooks or iPhones. There's no texting. It's like the Twilight Zone. And he's waiting for a message by way of the post or the postmaster or some strange thing. And so every day he's waiting for the postmaster to bring him the letter, and it's not there. And it's not there, but maybe it'll be there the next day. But there's hope. This next piece by Poiret, Praise en Rêve, is basically, in a short interpretation, would be I had a wonderful, rapturous dream. A dream where you were with me, and you were so beautiful, and you called to me up in the clouds, and I left, and I found this wonderful, splendorous place. And then I woke up, and you were gone, and I don't know what to do. Come back! Come back.
Te sentences. But it might help make sense if you knew a little bit about the setting of this piece in the larger show. I really enjoyed Stephen Sondheim's work. To me, he draws on the best of some of the earlier composers. This piece is from A Little Night Music, references a little bit to Mozart. He has A Little Night Music, Eine kleine Nachtmusik. The title is referring back. Plus, the complexity of the way he deals with characters and weaves all these different kinds of interrelationships in the show is amazing. He also refers back to Brahms. This whole musical theater piece, 2 acts, all the music is in triple meter, every piece, which is interesting because he refers to Brahms' work, Liebeslieder, which is love song, and Brahms wrote 2 full sets of music that was all in 3. So this whole show is in 3, in 3. Didn't have to do that, it's interesting. So, onto the characters. My character, Frederick, is a lawyer, and Stephen's character, Carl Magnus, is a dragoon, an infantry man for the British Army. And the 2 of them are drawn together because of a woman who's mentioned often in the piece, named Desiree Armfeld. Desiree happens to be Carl Magnus's mistress and Frederick's love from about 20 years earlier. Most of you know the song Send in the Clowns. It's in this work, and it refers to Frederick and Desiree's relationship. They just keep missing each other. So, Carl Magnus is also married. Frederick is married to a young woman named Anne, who happens to be 18, and Frederick is middle-aged. He should have gotten a red Porsche convertible. Anyway, the 2 gentlemen have found out that each one has been, I guess you'd say, intimate with Desiree. And they are meeting to discuss what they're going to do. It would have been wonderful. I should never have gone to the theater. Then I'd never have come to the country. If I'd never have come to the country, matters might have stayed as they were. Sir, if she'd only been faded, if she'd only been fat, if she'd only been jaded or bursting with chat, if she'd only been perfectly awful, it would have been wonderful. If she'd been all Twitter or elusive cold, if she'd even been better or better but doubtfully cold, if she'd been covered with glitter or even been covered with mold, it would have been wonderful. But the woman was perfection to my deepest dismay, a kind of perfection I'm speechless to say. Yes, the woman
flustered or admitted the worst. If she'd only had blustered or simpered or cursed. If she weren't so awfully perfect, it would have been wonderful. If she tried to be clever, if she started to flinch, if she cried or whatever a woman would do in a pinch, if I'd been certain she never again could be trusted an inch, it would have been wonderful. But the woman was perfection, not in action denied. The kind of perfection I cannot abide. If the woman were perfection, she'd have simply lied, and that would be wonderful.
If she'd only been vicious,
If she'd acted abused,
or a bit too delicious,
or been even slightly confused,
if she'd been even been sulky,
or bristling,
or bulky,
or bruised,
it would have been wonderful. If she'd only been willful,
if she'd only had fled,
or a little less skillful,
insulted, insisting,
in bed,
if she had only been fearful,
or merry,
or tearful,
or dead,
it would have been wonderful. But the woman was perfection, and the prospects are grim. That lovely perfection that nothing can dim. If the woman was perfection,
make sure that everyone is aware that part of the donations that we got, there are 2 silent auction items back there. My mom is waving back there. Please bid on those. There's wonderful items from Nick's Auto, and the second one is from the
Rockland Medical.
Rockland Medical. Thank you. So please definitely look at those and have a wonderful intermission at 10:50. Thank you.
To bring bigger music to little Columbus, Montana, 50 miles this side of Billings. It never happened. But instead what she did, a lot like Billy has done, she gave piano lessons and organ lessons to the children of the community, and she taught a love of music, a love of the gospel, a love of community, family, and friends. Grandma Pete is missed widely by many people, and still to this day when I go home, people tell me about that legacy of the love that she created through her music. I feel that here tonight. I've had a blast. I feel like I'm at home. I only know a few of you, and yet every time I saw one of you greet each other, I felt like I was at home. It feels really comfortable. So I applaud you for your kindness and your goodness. Isn't this piano stunning? Isn't this just amazing? Some of you have noticed about the beautiful reflection that you're seeing in the lid. This is because of your improved lighting. Isn't that wonderful? So congratulations on all the new lighting. It is wonderful. At the end of October, it's already been mentioned, October 28th, you are going to be featured. The Harrington Opera House will be featured on KSPS, that's Channel 7, our public television station that ties all of us together. Not only will that happen, but note by note, The Making of a Steinway, our program, will be airing that night also. I hope you will watch. You are part of an amazing legacy. This building was started back, right, the woman that bought the property bought it before the turn of the century, and by 1904 the building was complete. In concerts, friends and families began to gather. In 1853, Steinway started his American Piano Company. So for many generations now, we see the good works of good, smart, and energetic people. This piano has over 12,000 working parts in it. This piano weighs almost 1,000 pounds. It takes over a year to build this piano. The recipe of this piano beats any other piano on the face of the earth. No other company will do what Steinway does. The legacy that Steinway has is simply proven by the over 2,000 concert artists who choose to be an unpaid concert artist for Steinway. They don't receive a free Steinway. Now, of the other 2% of artists that represent companies, they represent over 60 piano companies, and they're paid to endorse the piano and given a free piano. What does that say about the quality of Steinway sound, Steinway touch? It says that without being paid, every child, every man, every woman, every performer, every beginner loves the sound and the touch of this amazing instrument. Steinway created a legacy that will go on forever. You are part of a great legacy. The Darling Hardys are a part of this legacy. The Darling Herons are part of this legacy. The 3 couples I saw holding hands during the music tonight are part of the legacy. You can be part of this legacy too. It does take money. It takes money to run KSPS, it takes money to build this opera house, to rebuild, and it takes money to get a piano like this. Every one of you have something to offer. Donate in the name of your spouse. Donate in the name of your grandchildren. Children, give your allowance up for a week every month. Do something. Any part is going to help you to get that elevator so the piano can easily get up here. It is important to know that every time you come and encourage this darling couple, the Hardys, and all of their friends, and their professors, and everyone who comes here, you are encouraging the legacy of music, family, and friends to go on forever. I believe in all of you, and I believe that you and Harrington Opera House are a reflection on the type of people that you are. And it is my privilege to be here tonight. I wish you all the best. I'll be back. Hopefully they'll let me perform for you sometime. I will be up here someday helping you, and we're going to be raising more money, and I hope you know that I do care. Thank you so much, and congratulations to all of you.
The next piece on the program is one that is very near and dear done during sort of the Spanish Civil War almost 100 years before. So Granados took the ideas and the images that were in Goya's paintings and sort of made a musical narrative of all of them together. And they were divided into 6 pieces, and they were all about the people in love, the maja, the beautiful woman, the majo, the handsome man, and sort of their courtship and their relationship as time goes by and through life, and the separation at the end. So it's kind of the story of all of us. I'm actually preparing all of them for my graduate recital next year. Oh goodness. So, but this one is Thank